What is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny gameplay video. In this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of the footage that I've gathered so far this week while playing Iron Banner Clash. And I didn't play Iron Banner Clash last time it was up. My schedule's a little bit wonky, so this week I've been able to make some time to play it. And I've only got one character that I've been playing on so far, and that's my Hunter. And I'm almost up to, I think I'm just like one game away from rank 4. But anyways, I've been playing on my Hunter, a little bit of Gunslinger, a little bit of Night Stalker, a little bit of Blade Dancer, a little bit of everything. And, kind of enjoying it. I do get burnt out on 6s pretty quickly. The first few matches I tend to sort of enjoy myself, but after a while, as these nights kind of go on, as I'm grinding my rep out, sometimes I tend to get a little bit frustrated. I'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. Part of the reason is just because of the way that players will interact with you. But anyways, so Clash is an interesting Iron Banner approach. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it. But admittedly, the one thing that's keeping me playing Iron Banner Clash right now is waiting on that God roll for Weyloran's March. I've got 3 of them so far to drop, but none of them are really what I want. The best one that I've gotten so far that I have been running with has Short Gaze and Injection Mold and Unflinching on it. This is it right here, and it's a zippy little gun. It kind of feels more like a scout rifle. But mine was only at like 290 light, and I didn't have anything to infuse it with, so I wasn't doing as much damage with it as I could have been. It's obviously still one shot to the head, but it was like doing sometimes like 90 to the body, 95 or something like that. But anyways, it is a zippy little gun. I quite like it. Apparently it has some of the highest aim assist in the game, and I feel like when it's way up on that end of the spectrum, some people can probably start to sense a difference. Sometimes with the amount of time that it sticks on targets as you drag, and how forgiving it can be. But we'll see in the coming weeks how people respond to this gun. I honestly don't think, the aim assist is pretty huge on this gun, but I still don't think you're going to see a lot of them. I think maybe in the next week or two you'll see quite a few as people, kind of the hype of getting it is still up. So I think you'll see a few in this week and next, but I think that things will taper off. People go back to their 1,000 yards and your other higher impact sniper rifles pretty quickly. This match here, I'm playing with TK and Ramblin'. I don't know if you're familiar with Ramblin'. You should check him out if you haven't already. He's probably best known for his 1v3 trials match where he went 26-0, got a we ran out of medals. But anyways, playing with him, we were playing this match here was up against some pretty competitive guys, some Invigorate folks and whatnot. But anyways, so we had some fun plays, managed to pull out a win on this one. Here, I'm running away from that, the Storm Trance, run right into a Golden Gun who's not focused on me at all. And then I come back to challenge the Storm Trance, and I'm thinking he's probably out by now. But clearly he's not. That super lasts for freaking ever with Transcendence. Kind of ridiculous. But anyways, we ended up winning that one. That was a fun match. And, I wanted to play around with stuff I don't typically use. And it's tough just because, obviously, your best stuff is your highest light. Those are the things that you're infusing, or your try-hard guns. So you're running into a lot of sort of try-hardy teams. And that was really my experience. I played a lot last night, and, man, it was sweaty all day, every day, all the time. And, every now and then there were the outliers, but for the most part, it's just, I felt like in order to compete against folks, I really needed to pull out my best guns, and at the same time, I'm playing with guys who are trying to increase their rep, and, I don't want to be a detriment to the team by just using goofy guns. So, just because our lobbies were so freaking sweaty last night, I kind of felt forced to go really try hard sometimes. But that was a bit of a bummer, but I suppose that's the nature of Iron Banner. That's the way it's always been, and I suppose that's the way it's always going to be, just because of the level advantages being enabled. But anyways, last night I probably got I got to a point where I was like, you know what, I'm just done. I don't really feel like playing this anymore. Because, and it wasn't the game, it wasn't that Destiny itself was being mean to me. I mean, I was having decent drops and having some decent games, but you know, it's Iron Banner and I'm playing in 6s, and 6s is not my jam. Like, sometimes the chaos is just a little too much for me. I like slower paced matches, but yeah, 6s is not my jam. You know, we won a lot, but we lost a lot too. We lost some, but I feel like I have to go so try hard because last night I got teabagged so much in Iron Banner, like full teams. You know, teabagging and then screenshotting me and my scorecard afterwards and sending it to me like I didn't already see how well I did. But anyways, it just got so obnoxious. Sometimes the community, the players that you're going up against, can honestly ruin an experience for you. And that was the way it was for me last night. I just got so fed up with being screenshotted and teabagged, and it's like, man, I just want to have fun with my friends. Can I do that? And anyways, so I'll probably still play Iron Banner this week. You know, there are, you know, that's not the rule. Generally, that's the exception to the rules when you go up against people like that. But they do really, you know, potentially ruin your experience. But since those are sort of the outliers, I mean, I know that I'll still play Iron Banner this week. Keep trying for that God roll Weylorans, because you know me, I'm not all about those high impact snipers. I'll use anything, you know, see how it is. I'll probably get picked on for it if I use it, just because it's got such high aim assist. But hey, I'll give it a shot. I'm not a weapon elitist, so I'll have fun either way. So I'll see what kind of roll I can get. Let me know. Did you guys get any Weylorans to drop? And if so, what's the you know, what's your roll? Did you get a short gaze? Did you get ambush? Did you get long view? I had one that I'm hanging on to. I haven't leveled it up yet, but it's got a long view and quick draw, and what else does it have on it? It's also got Army of One, I think, and unflinching. It's pretty decent. You know, I may hang on to it. My only problem is that I never play with the long view scope, and it didn't come with short gaze or ambush, the ones I'm most used to. So, anyways, so Clash is an interesting beast. Just make sure you're sticking in like 2s and 3s, because obviously assisted kills, when you team fire, you're gonna get more points for those if your teammates are getting assists. So that's a good thing. And also make sure you're communicating with the rest of your team as to sort of the areas that you're pushing. Depending on the map, you know, some maps have an obvious spawn that is more advantageous. Blind Watch, for example. Shores of Time, for example. On those maps, obviously you just want to push that side of the map and then maintain control and make the other team push on you, because they inevitably will. It's 6s. Also, sometimes Twilight Gap can be like that too. If you get teams that are really good, sort of close quarters teams, they'll stay sort of towards that inside part of the map and maintain control there. So it depends on the map. Sometimes the best thing is just to get the most advantageous location and control it. But other maps, you're probably better off as a team sort of getting mid-map control, pushing into where the enemy's spawning and wiping them, and then turning around and getting mid-map control again and pushing the opposite spawn where now they're starting to spawn, and sort of keeping up that ebb and flow, that sort of tide-like motion as you progress through the match. And that's how you end up racking up most of your points. And saving supers, coordinating supers, so that you can make those pushes in a more advantageous way. So anyways, keep that sort of thing in mind. This isn't Control, so it doesn't play like Control. It plays quite a bit differently, and team coordination is a huge factor in that. If you're playing solo, because I've played a little bit solo too, I know it can be frustrating. I know that sometimes you feel like you're at a disadvantage just because you don't have that communication factor. So just make sure that you're watching what your teammates are doing and sort of trying to complement that. So if you see that a few of your teammates are going one direction, obviously you don't just want to do your own thing and run to a different side of the map, end up going 1v2 or 1v3, getting killed, handing out free points to the other team. You really have to be cognizant. Like right here, I was challenging those guys, and then I realized, hey, my team's not over here. So I drop back to mid, and I come in to where they're pushing. So keep that in mind as you play, and hopefully you enjoy your Iron Banner experience. I know for me it's sort of up and down. 6s, not really my jam, not really my thing, but we'll make it work. Make sure you're playing with your friends, if you have friends. If you don't have friends, check out LFG, look up some clans that are recruiting on the Bungie.net forums. Try and get plugged in with a group because this game is a social game. So as you're playing with people, you're going to enjoy your experience a lot more, depending on the people. I've been fortunate enough to find the right people. So anyways, well guys, I'll catch you in the Crucible. Make sure you let me know what your role on your Weylorans is in the comment section. Laters.